only 58% of players have gotten the achievement for breaking wood, and the immediate question is obviously, what do the other 42% of players do? Well, I'd assume they play in creative, but what if they actually use loot from the blacksmith to skip this achievement and defeat the dragon that way? Maybe it's possible to beat Minecraft without any achievements at all. No, actually, it turns out that beating Minecraft without cheats necessitates getting this achievement, but so too does going into the end to begin with, or even crafting a sword, or even opening your inventory. But this did get me thinking, if you can't beat Minecraft with no achievements, how few can you beat it with? And so, hello, I'm AbbyXToyCat. Here is my attempt to beat Minecraft with as few achievements as possible, and if you're curious as to why I'm beating the dragon's death with beetroot, that will all be explained today. But let's start from the beginning, because there are 129 achievements that exist for Bedrock right now, and we're going to whittle down that list to the average achievements the average player would need to get when defeating the dragon while doing as little else as possible. This means that you wouldn't stop to build a house or explore maps or burn down woodland mansions, but instead would take a beeline to the end, and if you were to do that, you would end up with these achievements, because you'd have to first get some wood, take inventory off that wood before using it to make a bench. Then it would be time to strike, because you'd be a monster hunter, something which might encourage you to become an Iron Man and protect yourself with a lot of bit of armor for the rest of the run, then make some diamonds to get even more powerful, then go into the Nether using your new portal, then go into fire, although hopefully not literally, just in the name of the achievement, then go to the end, and then go to the end of the end. This would result in a very streamlined run of Minecraft that would allow you to beat the game while getting less than 10% of its 129 achievements. And although you've never experienced 95% of the content that makes it great, you have technically defeated it at this point while still leaving 90% of the achievements unturned. However, this still does leave lots of room for optimization, since obviously iron armor isn't a requirement. If you just don't get hit or have a way to heal it, you don't need to worry about this, and neither is obtaining diamonds. You can just make do with iron gear, or even stone if you want to, or even less than stone if you really get into it. You don't need a good weapon or good armor. These are just niceties to have, and so if we remove those from our list, we end up with 8 achievements, or 7 if we go a step further and say we don't need the sword, because Time to Strike is a great achievement that is very heavily obtained. However, Minecraft is a game where you don't have to use a sword. Outside of the Java edition, where swing speed is variable by weapon, the only difference that using, say, an axe or a pickaxe has is slightly less damage, 1 less for an axe and 2 less for a pickaxe, which means that if you can defeat the game using a diamond sword, you can defeat the game using a stone or iron pickaxe. It's just that you'll deal half as much damage per hit, and therefore have to hit things twice as much. This is usually dangerous, but let's just say that we can do that too, and so now this means that we are down to just 7 achievements, and we can go a step further by saying, you know what, do we really need a crafting table, or indeed the tree that is required to be chopped to get one? Because we could easily live without this if we just say that we are not going to do any crafting outside of the one recipe which is required to beat Minecraft, the Eye of Ender. This Ender Pearl and the Blaze Powder need to be crafted together, but they don't need a crafting table. It can be done so in your inventory. And so if we just say that that's the one time we'll craft, everything else is going to come from chests, then it might take us a while longer to break open some ruined portal chests, and indeed, like I mentioned in the intro, some blacksmith chests, but eventually we would be able to get all of our tools and we'd be able to beat Minecraft with just these 5 achievements, taking inventory into the Nether, into fire, the end, and the end. To answer the premise of this video, the fewest achievements that you can beat Minecraft with is 5, ordinarily, assuming you already have some skill and know how to beat Minecraft, and assuming that you're willing to put more time in than it would take to beat the game with fewer achievements, and that is where we could end this video, but it kept, niggling away at me like, how could we do even better? And this is when I realized I needed to go into lawyer mode. So this means looking at our ground rules, which obviously are going to be no cheats, those disable achievements, survival mode 100% of the way through, no old versions, and no, glitches that will mess with achievements, and also doing this in solo. And then we have to work out the answer to questions like, what does it mean to defeat the dragon? What does it mean to beat Minecraft? I think there might be some wiggle room in maybe having an iron golem defeat it for you. The actual trigger, though, for beating Minecraft is going through the end portal, which is a requirement for Minecraft completion, and incidentally will get you this achievement right here. And so we have to try and work out, how can we get just that one achievement and the fewest others possible? Well, obviously leaving the end is non-negotiable, and so too logically must be entering it, but what if there was a way to beat the entire game without opening your inventory? This is incredibly tricky since you need to craft from there, and so for most of Minecraft history this has been impossible, but with the advent of 1.21 we now have the crafter, and we could incidentally use this crafter hooked up to a hopper, and we could kill a blaze without actually having to rely relieve it of its blaze rod by immediately crafting that blaze rod into some blaze powder, and then crafting that blaze powder straight into an Eye of Ender. This means that we could beat the game without opening our inventory, and I was feeling really clever for having invented a way to get the game down to just 3 achievements, until I realized there was the big crucial issue of how would we even get a crafter without crafting it. It's not found anywhere in the wild yet, which means that you're going to have to make this recipe yourself somehow, and because of the fact that Minecraft Bedrock is different to console, where there was a separate crafting and inventory, that means that you need to open your inventory at some point, which means that you can only really remove 1 achievement this way, and if we wanted to get it down to 3, we'd have to skip going to the Nether. This could be possible, in theory, if you had a Nether portal which was placed in just the right spot in a Nether fortress, and then maybe a blaze happened to walk through it. However, while you're not in the Nether dimension, no mobs will be simulated there, and so there is 0 chance of a blaze ever just coming through by itself. You would have to go to the Nether for the Nether to be simulated, for that blaze to be able to come through, and weirdly, this means that a Nether portal, which is say used for a zombie piglin farm, which many people will do, doesn't actually bring zombie piglins from the Nether, but instead it summons them straight into the overworld, meaning that technically this is an overworld mob, which is a fun fact, but it just doesn't really help us beat Minecraft. So instead we have to think about the fact that, yeah, I guess if we were doing this, we would have to know exactly where the Nether fortress is, and that's when it hit me that the answer's been staring me in the face the entire time. If you know your Minecraft Bedrock lore, you'll know the fact that about a few years ago now, just after the Caves and Cliffs update, a 1 in a trillion seed was discovered. This is a seed which has every single slot of the Eye of Ender portal actually pre-filled in. This was an incredible find, and it's really great that it happened, and interestingly, this means that we can go to the end without ever stepping foot in the Nether or having to deal with any of that. We would be able to beat the game without ever opening our inventory, and that means that a 2 achievement run of Minecraft was in fact possible. It was at this point that I then started to think, you know what, it has to be that you can get it down to just the 1. It would be so perfect if I could have an account which had just a single achievement on it, and it was for defeating the Ender Dragon, proving in fact that the 42% of players who don't have that first achievement have just all done exactly what I did here, and so I tried to work out how I could remove this achievement, and one of my tests for this was to load up my Let's Play world, where the dragon has been defeated and the end portal is open, but to load up the world with none of my save data intact on a brand new account. So I pulled out the IBX Toycat Xbox Live account, and I decided to go straight into a world where the very first thing I saw was the end, in particular my Let's Play world end. It's a legit survival world I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, and it's covered in glass for reasons we'll have to explain another time, but as you can see, this is an end, and so I decided to go straight through the portal, but here's what actually happened. Now we see if we can make that 1. Okay, don't open the inventory. I'm so tempted. I'm just gonna walk through the portal and then walk out. I can F5 just fine. It's me with all my gear for some reason. No, 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 no! It's the one thing I was meant to not do. I was trying to set everything up for recording, and somehow I forgot the most important part, but it's fine. As it turns out, I got no achievement there, and so I have a Minecraft account where I've gone through the end portal, but I did not get the achievement for it, and so instead, I've just opened my inventory, being a part of the stats of people who have opened their inventory, but not chopped down a tree, so you're welcome, now you understand those people, but still, I wanted to prove that you could beat Minecraft with just the 2 achievements at the very least, and so I set about working out the easiest 12 Eye of Ender seed that we could actually beat the game on. Fun fact, this is a crazy one that I always kind of knew, but I never internalized till confirming it. I wanted to find the easiest stronghold to get into without any tools required whatsoever. I wasn't going to have a pickaxe, I wasn't going to have anything besides my fist, and so I just wanted it to be the easiest accessible from the surface, but here's the first 12 Eye of Ender seed I looked at, here's where the end portal location is at Y-32, and then here's the second one I looked at, and then here's the third, and then the fourth, and I could say this all day, but long story short, every single 12 Eye of Ender seed that has been discovered so far has the end portal in the exact same place. The reason for this is really fun if you ask me, but knowing why doesn't help with actually getting to this stronghold and actually getting into this end portal, and so that means that I'm going to have to do a roughly 100 block dig. I'm going to have to make sure that I don't die on the way there, and also that I don't kill anything on the way there, and then I'm also going to have to make sure that I have food and blocks, because the end on this seed also particularly particularly has a very interesting note. It's very notable in that it is quite some way away. And so here is what I have to do. I have to walk 1,000 blocks. I have to dig 100 blocks with no tools whatsoever. And then I have to defeat the End Dragon using no tools whatsoever. A part of the run that you might have been questioning until this point. But let's show you how it's done. Okay, here I am in the Minecraft world. I know exactly where I need to head, and so I'm gonna make my journey over there. I'll even have some dirt blocks when I get there. I finally arrived at the village. I need to get some food, and I know that I probably shouldn't mess with wheat, because I'm sure there's a ton of achievements for it. I might discover too many biomes on the way here. I don't know if I'm allowed to sleep in a bed, so I'm gonna bring this one with me, and I'm gonna deliberately only sleep tomorrow morning when I know there's no achievement for trying to sleep in a bed. Ah, no. Oh, I can't kill you either. No, okay, so what I have to do is I have to get out of this. No, I can't kill the zombie because that's an achievement. Well, I guess we'll be walking back there, but in the dark this time. Oh boy, is this fun. Okay, one sec. Okay, lesson learned. I'm going to put a dirt block ahead of me, and now I'm going to dig down. That was genuinely 30 minutes. I could play that at super speed if you wanted me to, but you just need to know for now that that was horrifically long. And I also had to dig a little space for my bed. I'm hoping I don't need that. Oh, there we go. I'm in. Go. Achievement unlocked. And oh no, I totally did need that bed. I don't have enough blocks. Actually, you know, let's test. Let's see for sure. Okay, that's definitely not enough blocks. So at this point, I'm going to drop my valuable items, and then I'm going to go into the void. There's no achievement for dying, and so me and these 47 beetroot seeds will do precisely that. That was weird. Gotta say, the end void is useful for a couple of things, and one of those is inventory management. So being in a stronghold, there's not a lot of blocks that I can find around here, but I'm hoping the library will have some for me. I'm pretty on the fence about using this block, but I guess we'll just do it. So now I have to defeat the Ender Dragon with just 6 books, 25 beetroot, and a hay bale. I'd love to tell you I have some grand MacGyver-esque idea to combine these together into a weapon that can maybe shoot down the towers, but the truth is, you actually don't need to take down the towers to defeat the dragon. It takes a lot less time if you do, if we're being totally honest, but if you want to, the dragon on Bedrock will come down into the center whether or not you've destroyed the towers. They will still heal her, and so instead of having to take 4 phases, it takes a lot more like... Here is the dragon. She's officially going down, and all I have to do is get through this portal. Boom! I'm excited for the achievement pop-up. I've been waiting so long for this. Oh yeah. Oh no, it counts as... You need to do it with free. That has got to be the first time anyone has ever gotten the Monster Hunter achievement after getting the Kill the Ender Dragon achievement. I've done it! I officially have an account which managed to defeat the Ender Dragon without ever taking inventory or getting wood. This is something I'm very proud of, and you can look up the account Toycat record in case you're curious. However, I do have to have this debrief and this conclusion to say a few things. One of those is obviously actually doing it with 2 achievements isn't possible because, as it so turns out, Minecraft has an achievement you get for defeating the dragon, which I just assumed wasn't possible. I had the wrongful assumption that defeating the dragon couldn't possibly count as defeating a normal hostile mob, and that whatever code was written for that would probably just assume all of the normal ones, but no, I was wrong for that, and I paid the price. I had a 3rd achievement, which maybe I could have gamed out if I'd thought about it. I mean, there is an achievement for making an iron golem, so I can't use those, but maybe I could have used a snow golem and got that to kill the dragon, or maybe there's a way I could have brought a skeleton or a pillager into the end with me and have them take down the dragon. I'm not sure if that wouldn't have been easy in the slightest, and I'm not even sure it would have worked, but there are strategies that means that I'm sure that you can optimize this down to 1. As soon as there is a way to go to the end without entering the end, I would love to hear it. As soon as there's a way to kill the dragon without killing a monster, I would also love to hear it. But for now, I am very proud of what we accomplished, and I'm also a little bit reflective of how fun it is to plan out a challenge like this. I love survival challenges. I do so many of them here on this channel, as I'm sure you're familiar with if you are subscribed and see the live streams and stuff, and I'm going to continue to do silly things like this in the future because this is what Minecraft is about, in my opinion. Even though I said earlier that you're skipping 95% of the game's content, and therefore I think it's a little bit of a disappointment if you do this, I also think it's beautiful that you can choose to play it this way, or you can choose to play it the way that a decent 60% of Minecraft players seem to, which is to never go to the end and say, yeah, there's enough content in the overworld for me. I love the choices that Minecraft brings, and the fact that I could choose to do it this way is just one small part of that. And if you agree with that and you enjoy that too, then make sure you subscribe, perhaps have notifications turned on, because greater than 99% of house buyers happen to be people who aren't subscribed to this channel. I'm sure it's a coincidence, but you know, it might help your peace of mind. Also, you could consider becoming a member to get access to the members only content. There's a couple of extra videos a month that you can see immediately if you hit that button. With that said, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, because I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.